AI is on the front lines of the war in Ukraine. War is terrible, but it has often played a pivotal role in advancing technology. And Russia's invasion of Ukraine is shaping up to be a key proving ground for artificial intelligence, for ill and, perhaps in a few instances, for good too. Let's have a closer look at the role of AI in this war. Make sure to watch the video till the end. Civil society groups and AI researchers have been increasingly alarmed in recent years about the advent of lethal autonomous weapon systems, AI-enabled weapons with the ability to select targets and kill people without human oversight. This has led to a concerted effort at the United Nations to try to ban or at least restrict the use of such systems. But those talks have so far not resulted in much progress. Meanwhile, the development of autonomous weapons has continued at a quickening pace. Right now, those weapons are still in their infancy. We won't see humanitarian groups' worst nightmares about swarms of slaughter-bot drones realized in the Ukraine conflict. But weapons with some degree of autonomy are likely to be deployed by both sides. Already, Ukraine has been using the Turkish-made TB2 drone, which can take off, land, and cruise autonomously, although it still relies on a human operator to decide when to drop the laser-guided bombs it carries. The drone can also use lasers to guide artillery strikes. Russia, meanwhile, has a kamikaze drone with some autonomous capabilities called the Lancet, which it reportedly used in Syria and could use in Ukraine. The Lancet is technically a loitering munition designed to attack tanks, vehicle columns, or troop concentrations. Once launched, it circles a pre-designated geographic area until detecting a pre-selected target type. It then crashes itself into the target, detonating the warhead it carries. Russia is one of the biggest spenders on defense in the world, with World Bank figures pegging it at $62 billion in 2020, eclipsed only by the US and China. All three nations have been testing a plethora of AI units and weapons. As far back as 2017, President Vladimir Putin had said that whoever becomes the leader in AI will become the ruler of the world. Here is a snapshot of Russia's AI arsenal, some of which are being used against Ukraine. Like most militarized modern nations, Russia has fleets of drones. Its Kubla drone was developed by the Kalashnikov Group, the same company that produces Russia's iconic assault rifles. Designed to destroy remote ground targets, it delivers payloads onto a target's coordinates that are set manually or in the image from the drone's guidance system. Russia has deployed its drones in combat prior to its invasion of Ukraine. Its military has been intervening in the Syrian civil war at the request of the Syrian government for military aid against rebel groups. Russia's Khmeimim base houses its Syrian drone operations, as well as radar and surveillance equipment. It has been targeting militants in places like Idlib using suicide drones, autonomously targeting UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles. Its KYB UAV drones, developed by Zala Aero, a Kalashnikov subsidiary, self-destruct when striking its target. Russian Defense Ministry initially tested the drones in Syria in late December and planned to widen their use in 2022. In terms of autonomous weapons, Russia has deployed unmanned ground vehicles for tasks ranging from bomb disposal to anti-aircraft and, of course, killing. Its Uran 9 UCGV, unmanned combat ground vehicle, was developed by JSC 766 UPTK, also part of the Kalashnikov Group. It saw deployment on the ground in Syria, was used in the large-scale Vostok drills in 2018. It is fitted with a 30mm 2A72 autocannon, as well as 4 9M120 Ataka anti-tank missiles and up to 12 Shmel-M thermobaric rocket launchers. The autonomous units were part of further large-scale tests late last year, with Russian Armed Forces Chief General Oleg Salyukov confirming the Uran 9 would be accepted into service by the Russian ground forces during 2022, for both combat and reconnaissance purposes, according to military publication Janes. On the oceans, it has plans to incorporate AI into crewless naval and undersea vehicles. Last November, the Russian Military of Defense reportedly was arming naval vessels with kamikaze drones to strike ground targets, enemy ships, and aid special forces soldiers performing secret missions. And in the air, Russia reportedly has been working on developing AI-guided missiles that could decide to switch targets mid-flight since at least early 2017. emulating advanced technology in the US Raytheon Block 4 Tomahawk cruise missile. AI might also play a vital role in the information war. Many fear that AI techniques, such as deepfakes, highly realistic video fakes created using an AI technique, will supercharge Russian disinformation campaigns. Although, so far, there is no evidence of deepfakes being used. Machine learning can also be used to help detect disinformation. The large social media platforms already deploy these systems, although their track record in accurately identifying and removing disinformation is spotty at best. Some people have also suggested AI can help analyze the vast amount of open-source intelligence coming out of Ukraine. Everything from TikTok videos and Telegram posts of troop formations and attacks uploaded by average Ukrainians to publicly available satellite imagery. This could allow civil society groups to fact-check the claims made by both sides in the conflict, as well as to document potential atrocities and human rights violations. That could be vital for future war crimes prosecutions. That's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave this video a like if you support Ukraine. What is your view on the role of AI in this war? Make sure to let us know in the comment section down below.